Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I missed you, and I hope that you're ready to get started for a brand new week. I want to say good morning to all my friends. So good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Haley. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Tarek. Good morning, Ty. Good morning, Vivian. And good morning, Quinlan. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. We've got a brand new letter to start this week. And before we sing our welcome song, I have a funny song called Elephants Have Wrinkles. So I want you to stand up with me and get ready because we're going to use our bodies and move around, and I'll show you how the song goes. Are you ready? We're going to make our elephants walk. Here they go. Are you making your elephant go?
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere.
Ready?
On their toes,
On their toes.
no one knows.
No one knows. Can you wiggle with me?
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere.
Here we go.
On their knees,
On their knees.
on their toes,
On their toes.
no one knows.
No one knows.
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere. On their hips,
On their hips.
on their knees,
On their knees.
on their toes,
On their toes.
no one knows.
No one knows.
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere. On their ears,
On their ears.
on their hips,
On their hips.
on their knees,
On their knees.
on their toes.
No one knows. All right, we're making him walk a little bit. Here go our elephants. Let's see where else they have wrinkles.
Everywhere. On their trunks,
On the trunks.
on their ears,
On their ears.
on their hips,
On their knees.
on their toes.
No one knows.
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere. On their teeth,
On their teeth.
on their teeth.
That's ridiculous.
On their trunks,
On their trunks.
on their ears,
On their ears.
on their hips,
On their hips.
on their knees,
On their knees.
on their toes.
On their toes.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. Elephants have wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere.
Oh, friends, I hope you liked my song. Elephants have wrinkles. Now, the silly part of that song was that elephants don't have wrinkles on their teeth. And we said, that's ridiculous. Are you ready to sing our welcome song? Here we go. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll bend and tickle our toes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. Reach for the sky. Touch your toes. Wiggle your hips. Wiggle your nose. Shake your head and hop all around. And now it's time to sit down. All right, I want you to get seated and get comfortable. It's time for us to move the camera, and we need to take care of our calendar, and we need to take care of our frog. All right. Well, good morning, friends. I'm glad that you're here with me this morning. Our calendar is filling up, but we need to put a new number on for today. The month is still November. Thanksgiving is coming very soon, so we still have our pumpkins, and you can see our turkey. He's up here on our picture. And we have to get all the way to our Monday number. Hang on, friends, I got to adjust this just a little bit so we can see all the numbers. There we go. All right. Get a big breath with me. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And this is what our 16 looks like. It's a 1 and a 6. It's Monday, November 16th, 2020. All right, friends. Well, as you can see, Frog is still in his pajamas, so we're going to get him ready for school. Let me take his pajamas off, and let's talk about the weather today. It is a beautiful sunshiny day today, so I'm going to say sunny. And there's our big sun, but it's gotten cold. It was very windy yesterday, and it made it feel cold outside. So we need to have our pants on, and I'm going to give him his long sleeve jacket. And of course he has to have his tennis shoes. And we'll give him sunglasses since it's sunny, and we'll give him his hat to wear. You know, I think he looks ready. I hope you are ready for school. We have a brand new letter. Let's see if you know this letter. Letter E. Letter E. Now, E makes two sounds. Sometimes it says and sometimes it says E. I want to show you the two things that are in my bag. I'm going to see if you can guess. The first thing in here, it's something that you might eat for breakfast. You have a shell on the outside and you have to crack it and break it open. Can you tell me what it might be? How about egg? Egg begins with E. So we're going to say egg, E. And then, what's the elephant? Oops, I told you. What's the animal we just sung about? An elephant. Elephant. And this is one of my toy elephants from the classroom. So we have elephant and we have egg, and they both begin with letter E. I want to show you some real pictures of elephants. Elephants, I learned some really neat things about, so I want to share that with you. Let me get closer. Here are the elephants. These elephants are in the zoo, and this person helps take care of them. And look, he's getting a bath. Elephants like to get sprayed with water. It cools them off. And this little baby elephant, he's using his trunk to make a sound. He's probably calling for his mommy. Elephants like to get muddy. It's how they cool off. So look, they've been rolling around getting all muddy. And this is a big group of elephants. Do you notice that they like to stay together in big groups? That's how they feel safe. And there's an elephant mommy and her baby. And I want to show you here, look, the elephant he's using his trunk and he's holding on to her tail. So it's like them holding hands. Elephants do lots of neat things. Have you ever watched one in the zoo? What do they use their trunks for? They use their trunks to pick up things. That's how they feed themselves. And they use it like a straw, and they get their water, and they go, and then they give themselves a drink. And sometimes they use their straw and suck up water, and then throw it on themselves. That's how they cool off when they're hot. And then sometimes they pick up dirt and throw dirt on themselves, because that helps them stay cool too. Would you like to throw dirt on yourself? I'm not sure I would. I'm glad I'm not an elephant. Friends, we have a really fun book in just a few minutes. I want to show you some the things we're going to make today. Let's take a look at our letter E. Now, letter E is easy. It just has straight lines. I want you to take your pencil and write your letter E. And on top it says eggs on E. Well, we have some stickers of eggs. Some of them are Easter eggs. So you can put eggs on your E. Eggs on E. And that's like the egg we saw in my bag. And of course we talked about elephants. So you get to make an elephant puppet today. You've got all the pieces, and Mommy can show you where things get glued on. And then look, you can make your elephant talk. Or you could go back and watch our Elephants Have Wrinkles song and use your elephant puppet. So you're going to make an elephant today, and you're going to put eggs on E. Now let me tell you a few more things about elephants. We'll look at this one. Elephants use their trunks, like we said. They pick up their food, they get a drink of water, and they put water on themselves. But I also told you the babies hold on to their mama's tail with their trunk. It's like their hand, so that a baby can hang on. It's like holding hands. They use their trunk, and they can hold on to mommy's tail. And they like to be in big groups. That's how they stay safe. So the mommies and the babies all stay together so that they're safe from other animals. And they can use their trunks. They're like fingers. They can peel an orange. They can pick up things. Lots of cool things that elephants can do. Now, I have a very sweet story, and you might know this story. It's called Horton Hatches the Egg. Now, do elephants normally sit on an egg? No, they don't. They're too big and they're too heavy. But Horton takes care of an egg. And parents, I know this is a really long story, so if it gets too long, feel free to pause and come back to it. All right, everybody. Horton hatches the egg. Sighed Maisie, a lazy bird hatching an egg. I'm tired and I'm bored and I've kinks in my leg. From just sitting here day after day, it's work. I would much rather play. I'd take a vacation, fly off for a rest, if I could find someone to stay on my nest. Then Horton, the elephant, passed by her tree. Hello, called the bird, smiling her best. You've nothing to do, and I do need a rest. Would you like to sit on the egg in my nest? The elephant laughed. Why, of all silly things, I don't have feathers, I don't have wings. Me on your egg? That doesn't make sense. Your egg is so small, and I'm immense. I can't, said the elephant. Please, begged the bird. I won't be gone long, sir. I give you my word. I'll hurry right back. I'll never be missed. Very well, said the elephant, since you insist. You want a vacation? Go fly off and take it. Yeah, I'll sit on your egg, and I'll try not to break it. I'll stay and be faithful. I mean what I say. Toodaloo, sang out Maisie, and she fluttered away. The first thing to do, murmured Horton. Let's see, the first thing to do is prop up this tree and make it much stronger. That has to be done. Before I get on, I must weigh a ton. Then carefully, tenderly, gently he crept up the trunk to the nest where the little egg slept. Then Horton the elephant smiled. Now that's that. And he sat, and he sat, and he sat, and he sat. He sat all day and he kept the egg warm. He sat all that night through a terrible storm. It poured and it lightened, it thundered, it rumbled. This isn't much fun, the poor elephant grumbled. I wish she'd come back. I'm cold and I'm wet. I hope that Maisie bird doesn't forget. But Maisie by this time was far beyond reach, enjoying the sunshine way off in Palm Beach and having such fun, such a wonderful rest. She decides she's never going back to her nest. So Horton kept sitting there day after day, and soon it was autumn. The leaves blew away. Then came the winter, the snow and the sleet, and icicles hung from his trunk and his feet. But Horton kept sitting and said with a sneeze, I'll stay on this egg, and I won't let it freeze. So poor Horton sat there the whole winter through. Then came the springtime with troubles anew. His friends gathered round and they shouted with glee, Look, Horton the elephant's up in a tree. They taunted, they teased him, they yelled, How absurd, old Horton the elephant thinks he's a bird. They laughed and they laughed till they all ran away, and Horton was lonely. He wanted to play, but he sat on the egg and continued to say, I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. No matter what happens, this egg must be tended, but poor Horton's troubles were far, far from ended. For while Horton sat there, so faithful, so kind, 3 hunters came sneaking up softly from behind. He heard the men's footsteps. He turned with a start. Their rifles were aiming right at his heart. Did he run? He did not. Horton stayed on that nest. He held his head high and he threw out his chest as he looked at the hunters as much as to say, Shoot if you must, but I won't run away. But the men didn't shoot. Much to Horton's surprise, they dropped their 3 guns and they stared with wide eyes. They started, "Look," they all shouted, "can such a thing be? An elephant sitting on top of a tree." "It's strange, it's amazing, it's wonderful new. Don't shoot him, we'll catch him, that's just what we'll do. We'll take him alive, why he's terribly funny. We'll sell him to the circus and make some money." And the first thing he knew, they had built a big wagon with ropes on the front for the pullers to drag on. They dug up his tree, they put it inside, with Horton so sad he practically cried. "We're off," the men shouted, and off they went, with Horton very happy, unhappy, 100%. Up out of the jungle, up into the sky, up over the mountains 10,000 feet high. Then down, down the mountains and down to the sea went the cart with the elephant, egg, nest, and tree. Then out of the wagon and onto a ship and over the ocean. Oh, what a trip! Rolling and tossing and splashed with the spray. And Horton said day after day, "I meant what I said and I said what I meant, but oh, I am seasick, 100%. After bobbing around for 2 weeks like a cork, they landed at last in the town of New York. "All ashore," the men shouted, and down with a lurch went Horton the elephant, still on his perch. Tied to a board that could just scarcely hold him, bump, Horton landed, and then the men sold him. Sold to a circus, then week after week they showed him to people at 10 cents a peek. They traveled all over. Thousands of folks flocked to see and laugh at the elephant up in a tree. Poor Horton grew sadder the farther he went, but he said in a hot, noisy tent, "I meant what I said and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful, 100%. Then one day, the circus show happened to reach a town way down south, not far from Palm Beach. And dawdling along way up in the sky, who of all people should chance to fly by but old good-for-nothing bird Runaway Maisie, still on vacation and still just as lazy. And spying the flags and the tents just below, she sang out, "What fun! I'll go to the show." And she swooped from the clouds and through an open tent door. "Good gracious," gasped Maisie, "I've seen you before." Poor Horton looked up with his face white as chalk. He started to speak, but before he could talk, there rang out the noisiest ear-splitting squeaks from the egg that he sat on for 51 weeks. A thumping, a bumping, a wild alive scratching. "My egg!" shouted Horton. "My egg! It's hatching!" "But it's mine," screamed the bird when she heard the egg crack. The work was all done. Now she wanted it back. "It's my egg," she sputtered. "You stole it from me. Get off of my nest and get out of my tree." Poor Horton backed down with a sad, heavy heart. But at that very instant, the egg burst apart, and out of the pieces of red and white shell from the egg he'd sat on so long and so well, Horton the elephant saw something whiz. It had ears and a tail and a trunk, just like his. The people came shouting, "What's all this about?" They looked and they stared with their eyes popping out. Then they cheered and they cheered and they cheered more and more. They'd never seen anything like it before. "My goodness, my gracious," they shouted. "My word, it's something brand new. An elephant bird." And it should be like that, because Horton was faithful. He sat and he sat. And they sent him home. He was happy, 100%. I hope you liked that story, everybody. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Let's sing our goodbye song. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye, make a smile and wink an eye. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun with your projects.